certain tunes that you'd have to play because if you didn't play them, you got booed. And that was definitely one of them, wasn't it, CJ? Broken by You.
Yeah. Cheryl Lynn, I remember being in Bluebird Records, and as you know, the record van used to come twice a week, I think, in the early days, and then probably 3 or 4 times a week. But
I think it was Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
that's it. And Billy Russell, God rest his soul, used to say to me, and Steve Walsh, because why I mention Steve a lot because he lived just down the road in Edgware Road, and I lived in St John's Wood at Grove End Road in those days, so it wasn't far, very close to the studios here. And we used to meet up in Bluebird Records, and that's before they held the DJ floor on the 3rd floor for everybody to have cups of tea, which I didn't really like because I like to be in the record shop to listen to the songs. And Abby, who used to be behind the decks, behind the sticks there with all the people, it was arms. Whoever had the largest arms would put them on the desk there to stand there and listen to all the brand new imports that were coming in. And I remember Abby said, "Listen, I've got two songs for you and Steve Walsh." So I said, "Okay." So I used to say, "Don't tell Steve." But of course, Steve already knew. But anyway, one of them was Encore, Cheryl Lynn, and I remember, I think I played it to death on Horizon.
I think I was the first person to play it actually. Because it was
you
jumping on the American charts.
Yes,
you must have heard it.
You definitely were one of the first to play it on Horizon, but I know I was one of the first to play it in the club at the time, and people went, "What the hell? What is this?" And I remember Steve Walsh saying to me, "Right, next week's gig that we're doing in Catford or whatever it was, you're not allowed to play that song." I said, "Okay, Steve." He was paying me those days, so I had to do it.
Well, yeah.
I had no choice. But yeah, we broke a lot of songs on Horizon, as you well know.
I know.
So many. I mean, you talk about Gap Band. We had Gap Band. We broke.
Yeah.
We Fatback Band.
I love it, but I know.
Yeah, of course.
That remix. I know.
Yes, yeah. And,
Played to death now, but it was great when we.
You know what? It's funny you should say that. We talk about all kinds of songs that we've heard for thousands and thousands of times, but you still get a reaction today if you play those songs, no matter what you do. And funny enough, Kenny Thomas played his version. He sung his version of Fatback last night, and Fatback. It was amazing. And I'd just like to say, I hadn't had a chance to say, as I said, I'm still surprised that I got here to the studio as well before you did, but never mind. The Kenny Thomas fundraiser last night, we raised just over £5,500 for Christina Thomas. And he actually just messaged me and thanked us for doing that. And I know everybody here on Solar Radio wishes his family well and his daughter a speedy recovery, and she's doing very well. And it's amazing how he can go through doing what he does, what he's gone through in his family. So we wish him all the best here from everybody.
Absolutely.
On Solar.
We've got a few highs to Alfonso Graham, who says, in the background I'm playing Memphis Be Mysteries of the World, which is another record associated, I think, wasn't one of the Horizon themes?
One of the Horizon themes, the biggest song was MFSB. It's another one we couldn't play because...
MFSB is what I'm playing now. Mystery of the World.
Oh, so I can't hear it. So see, Solar still doesn't have extra headphones.
I know.
I've got no